Is that 2 points dropped or a point gained?
No, you respect every point. So hardest thing to do in football is to get points. So no, we respect every point that we work hard to get.
Do you think you did enough to win the game?
Yeah, possibly. I think their keeper's pulled off an unbelievable save from James. That goes in. It looks, obviously changes, the goals always change games. We've made some decent openings. Probably our final ball hasn't quite been correct, or we've lacked the final ball at times, but that aside.
How satisfied are you with the overall performance?
Yeah, elements of it. I thought the first 20 minutes we were possibly a little bit tentative, and then after that I thought we got the press right. We were aggressive, looked to get after them, which is ballsy against a as good a footballing team as MK Dons. Once or twice they played through it and they get on your back line, and then 3 or 4 times we nick it and almost create opportunities off the back of that. But no, lots of elements of the performance really pleased with, and really proud of at the end of a really long week. And what you're not privy to is the knocks and the niggles that players carry into games, and couldn't be more proud of the dressing room and the effort that they put in.
Obviously without Alundaloo today, were there other players who were in doubt for today?
Yeah, there were 3 or 4 who didn't train on Thursday, who so we were waiting to see whether they could get through yesterday's session, and they did. But they've all carried little bits into the game, which I think probably comes with the volume of games that we've had recently.
How close was Dan Alundaloo to being able to play?
Dan's probably, we'll have to work on him into next week and see how he is for next Saturday, but it's probably a little bit too early for him today.
But you're hopeful that he might be available to you on Saturday?
I'm hopeful, yeah. We'll have to wait and
Alfie?
see. Alfie, I can't see being available for Saturday.
How far off do you think Alfie is?
I think the original time frame was 10 weeks. He's worked really hard. To maintain his fitness and be diligent in his rehab. I understand why you keep asking me. They're two really good players. I think any team in the league would, if they were out of their team, I think any team would want them back. So no, they'll be ready when they're ready. But obviously, I'm as keen as anybody to have them back available.
If you look at the comparison with the first 16 games now, point difference, just 1 point less, but actually 7 goals less scored and 7 goals less conceded. Does that sort of sum up really where you are at the moment?
In terms that you compared to last season?
Compared to last season, in terms of perhaps slightly harder to score goals and better defensively.
Yeah, but it's difficult to compare. It is difficult to compare season on season, because I would say that the league's got better. I think this is a stronger league this year. And it's a different squad with different skill sets, different attributes and different characteristics. So it's a process we'll keep chipping away on. We want to play on the front foot. If we can be solid defensively off the back of that, then brilliant.
What makes you say it's a stronger league this season?
I think the teams that have come into it I think there's some big clubs have come into it from the division below and from the Championship. So I think there's some bigger clubs, bigger budgets within the league.
16 games gone, a break obviously now for the FA Cup. How would you sum up the first 16 games of the season?
I'm really proud of the group. I'm pleased with the progress. I think when I took over, it looked like it was going to be a continuation. We've ended up having a little bit more churn than we anticipated in terms of staffing, players and everything else. So you end up you end up rewriting a lot of work that you hadn't have anticipated that you might have had to do. So in terms of the process, now we're building, now we're growing, yeah, I've been really pleased with it.
And you're new into the head coach role. What's been the biggest thing that's been different from you from being part of Michael's team to being the main man?
I used to be able to, I'd get in my car at 6 o'clock, drive home, and it would be Michael's problem, and now it's mine.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I am enjoying it. I really enjoy it. It's a challenge, but you live to be challenged and to test yourself, and it's a fantastic club. So I don't say that lightly. It really is. I think I said when I got the job, or when I first came in, you want to come in and work with good people and be surrounded by good people, and we know what we don't have. We know we don't have stacks of money, and we haven't got bells and whistles, but I'm really appreciative of what we do have, and that's good people, and a really good united collective spirit.
Has anything surprised you about the step up to being head coach?
No, I think the big lesson I had to learn early on was you can easily get. Obviously, I was responsible for certain things. I could concentrate on sort of my own department and make sure that ran smoothly. But certainly the first 2 weeks, I felt like I was involved in everything. And I have to learn to delegate a little bit more and focus on where I can have the most impact and what's important. And no, I think I've got a little bit better at that. But like you say, what am I, 18, 19 games in? So I'd like to think I'm learning and improving and reflecting and getting better as we go along as well.
Wade, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Cheers.
Wade, you want tough decisions obviously all over the pitch. How big a decision was it to bring Sean Long back in after Charlie Radcliffe's performance midweek?
Yeah, I think the back three that have played have probably earned enough credit for me to be loyal to them. And Rags was top draw, but I would think if it had been flipped and Rags was in Long's position, he would understand and he would respect the loyalty shown to him.
James Olenka's first start since his debut, first start here, how do you think he did?
I thought he was really bright. I thought you saw glimpses of why we brought him into the club. He has got a little bit of X factor. He takes up good positions. He's sharp. He's lively. I thought he tired, which was to be expected. But no, he's definitely got attributes that are gonna help the group.
Extra hour sleep tonight, isn't it? Will you sleep a bit better tonight than you did last Saturday?
Yeah, probably. I was thinking back to last Saturday. Yeah, I would imagine so.
But 4 points from 2 home games, no goals conceded. It's been a good response, hasn't it? Even if you would have point lights all 6.
It's been a good response, and it's been a decent month. I think there were 21 points available. I think we've taken. I did have it on the board yesterday. If we'd have won, it would have been a very good return. We weren't quite able to win the game. It wasn't for a lack of trying, but no, I think when you look at the whole month aside, Burton was obviously a disappointment. But I think I've said my piece on that. But when you look at the whole month, it's not been a bad return.